All right, back to Joe Biden, guys. All right, so Joe Biden, I've been very critical of Joe Biden. I've been critical of all candidates in this race. Hell, they even got a shirt called No Joe. It's pretty simple. It's kind of easily explained. I don't have a No Kamala shirt. Maybe I will have one. It'd be kind of hard to. This is just so tidy, like No Joe. Very simple. Sounds like what Obama told Joe when Joe said he was going to run. Obama was like, Joe. No Joe. Obama out. You too, Joe. No, Joe. You too. You too. I've been very vocal about Joe Biden being a guy who never went up in a poll. I don't know why people think it's going to go up. I knew he's going to drop. He's going to keep dropping. This is because Joe is not a good candidate. Never has been. He has won in Delaware because Joe always sold more of his soul. How much for the soul? I got a soul going for sale, what was happening? Buy a soul, buy soul, one soul going for the highest bidder. High bidder, Wall Street, want to buy a soul, buy Joe Biden soul, buy a soul. You want to buy a soul, got a soul going for $1. And what about the bankers? Bankers want to buy a soul, but I'm a big farmer. Big farmer want to go buy a soul, got a soul. Got it right there. $300,000 for a soul. Joe Biden sold to the worst corporations, known the man in the back. Come up and pick up the soul you just brought. That's been Joe Biden's entire career. Not because he's an excellent politician. And forget what you heard about, oh, he's just so intimate on the trail. He's a schmoozer. He's a bad salesperson. You know that salesperson's always overly touchy, like, hey, how are you? Like, feel like you, Mike Rappaport at the Cortino Mobley sideline situation. You got to see that to know what I'm talking about. Well, here we go. Here goes Joe Biden making a mistake and being Joe Biden.
Race for 2020. Frontrunner Democrat Joe Biden under scrutiny tonight for a story he often tells on the campaign trail about pinning a medal on a serviceman in Afghanistan. But there are questions tonight about how much of that story Biden got right. Here's ABC senior national correspondent Terry Moran.
For years, Joe Biden has been recounting a story of American heroism and heartbreak on the front lines, recently telling a crowd in New Hampshire how he traveled to Afghanistan to pin a silver star on a young Navy captain.
One of his buddies got shot, fell down a ravine about 60 feet. This guy climbed down a ravine, carried this guy up on his back under fire, and the general wanted me to pin the silver star on him.
And then a moving moment as Biden approached with the medal.
It's the God's truth. My word is a Biden. He stood at attention. I went to pin him. I said, sir, I don't want the damn thing. Do not pin it on me, sir. Please, sir. Do not do that. He died. He died.
But the Washington Post dug into the story and determined Biden got the time period, the location, the heroic act, the type of medal, the military branch, and the rank of the recipient wrong, as well as his own role in the ceremony. Biden seems to have conflated several events. Kyle White, the serviceman he describes, an Army specialist, not a Navy captain, was actually presented with the Medal of Honor by President Obama in Washington, D.C. But the vice president did pin a medal on a different man in a different part of Afghanistan for a different act of valor, Army Staff Sergeant Jeremiah Workman, who tried to rescue a fellow soldier from a burning vehicle. Workman telling the Post he did say to Biden then, "I don't want it." He died. And Workman adds, Biden looked him in the eye and said softly, "I know you don't."
Terry Moran joins us now from Washington. And Terry, Joe Biden is responding to this story tonight.
That's right, Tom. He's in South Carolina campaigning. He told reporters there that, quote, the central point of the story is, quote, absolutely accurate, that a young soldier did try to refuse a medal Biden was pinning on him. Biden trying to make the argument there, that's what counts, the heroism and heartbreak, not so much the details.
I was driving to work one day, and it's on this stretch of highway in Maryland called 202. And I'm driving, there's 3 lanes. Going northbound, there's a median, and there's 3 lanes going southbound. So I'm going northbound. And as I'm driving, I notice a car coming southbound. He veered across, he hit the center divider, the median, shot up in the air, landed in our northbound lane in front of us, and there was a car that he T-boned this car, and this car spun around, hit another car. I pull off to the right shoulder and get out my car. Like, what the hell? You know, people are stopping. It's crazy. People putting out flares. Finally, the cops came and they asked me. I stayed there the whole time. And, turns out the guy who hit the median had a bunch of beer bottles and stuff in his car. No one was seriously hurt, but the vehicles were very damaged. And, of course, everybody was very shook up. The point of the story is that's not what happened at all. What happened was, Johnson, I was drinking myself. I was the guy driving in the car, Johnson. I was driving. I was drunk, and I hit a tree. Of course, I told the cops that it was the deer's fault. The deer was on something, and that's what caused that accident. And I just made all that up, but the whole point is, Joe Biden can tell a story, not get anything right in the story, and then tell you, well, it's the central point of the story is that I'm old. And I'm a liar. No, it's not even that he's old. He's a liar. He makes up stuff. It don't have to be true. But he likes to call Trump a liar, and Trump is a liar. He may be the most lionist. He may even be the Lion King. But Joe Biden is a lying elf. I mean, he's something. He's a lying something. He's the Duke of lying. Oh, take the Queensberry. I bequeath to thee the Queensberry Township. Liar and Duke Biden. All right? I mean, how could you get nothing right in your story? Except there was an officer, a vet who didn't want to... I mean, you're telling this story. So he just kept embellishing it to more effect. Just keep adding stuff. Put a little bit more of that in there. Put a little bit more pain in it. Yeah, a little bit more pain. Did that work out there? Well, add a little bit, a little bit more, sorrow. Put a little sorrow in that. Yeah, a little bit of sorrow. And give me a little dash of hope. Hope, a little bit of dope, hope. Yeah. And for good measure, a little comedy. A little comedy in that. Yeah. That's what they do. And look, at the end of the day, you may say, hey, Tim, man, who cares, right? If you are saying that, I would like to let you know I care. I think a lot of people care. They should care. You should care. Your only goal can't be, can we beat Trump? First of all, I don't think that guy who can't tell a story right can beat Trump. In fact, what he does, if a person like Joe Biden who continuously gets stories wrong, misplaces thoughts, misremembers, or whatever you want to call it, I call it lies and need to sit his ass down, that person won't bode well against somebody who has any coherent ability and starts using that against him. In fact, Trump's already starting to use it against him. Why do you think this guy's going to win? See, you are in a bubble, and you believe most people care that Trump says you threw paper towels at Puerto Ricans. I think it was a horrible, disgusting thing to do, but most Americans don't care. You think that's enough to get him out the White House? I don't think it's going to be enough. I think you're going to have to offer people something that makes people come out and vote. People are not going to come out to vote just because you say, Trump mean. Trump, he told stories. All that's going to be nullified when he points over at Biden and said, well, Biden don't even remember what shoes he's wearing. He's got one brown shoe, one black shoe on. He don't know what, where are we, Joe? In the middle of the debate, he'll be like, where are we at, Joe? Joe be like, oh. That's not the point. Listen. The soul of America, the soul of our hearts and souls and the children's hearts and the babies that I kiss without their permission. The officer said, no, to take the medal. I didn't. He didn't survive. He died. They'd be like, get this. Look, my point is genuine. I hope that you get it. It's realistic. It's Joe Biden. he's a horrible candidate. And I didn't make it so. I remember 2008, before he had a chance to talk a lot, I think, hey, who's this guy? It's all right. Delaware, like, I'm in Maryland, like, Delaware's pretty close. I'm like, oh, that's all right, cool. Then he started talking, and I was like, that didn't make sense. Then he said something really foul about Obama. It was like, Joe, what do you think about Biden? Well, he's a good young man. He's good. He's clean. Whenever white people start calling black people clean, I'm like, as opposed to what? Like, what you trying to say? Like, what you mean? He's like, he's articulate. Oh, he's articulate. Oh, okay. Doesn't appear to smoke crack. Oh, see, there we go. I knew it. I knew it was coming. And that's when I knew. I was like, Joe. But Obama knew that Joe Biden could help show up some votes with some folks who didn't feel so good about voting for, Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah. So that's what we got. Anyway, guys, so there we go. There's your Joe Biden story. Use it and do with it as you will.